Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rayo Vallecano versus Real Madrid. Rayo currently sit at 12th place in the La Liga table, whereas we are currently sitting second place with a game in hand, which could potentially be our way to winning the title. Ladies and gentlemen, Real Madrid has faced off against Rayo Vallecano about 18 times. Out of those games, we have won 14 games and only lost 2, which were our last loss against Rayo Vallecano was a 3-2 in 2022, November 7th. Our last 2 games were draws, and the rest of the games we've played against them were our victories. So hopefully, with the run that we are having so far from La Liga to the Champions League versus Atalanta, make sure to check that reaction out. I believe we have a good chance to win this, hopefully without any issues. Unfortunately, yes, as you can see in the squad list, we do not have Kylian Mbappe, but we cannot do much. But right now, the only thing we care about is getting those 3 points. 3 points are the most important thing. So as you can see, we're sitting only 2 points behind Barcelona with the game in hand, and we're going to be playing that game in hand versus Valencia on January the 3rd or the 4th, depending if they change it or not. So there's a lot that we gotta watch out for. But ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's game is very important, because if we lose the game, we're gonna be trailing not only behind Barcelona, but potentially also Atletico Madrid. And as we could see, Athletic Club is not far behind either. Whereas Rayo Vallecano, sorry for pronunciation, is sitting in 12th place. So they're having a mediocre season as far as we care. So there isn't much to say other than Mbappe's out and now Camavinga's back in. My predicted lineup for tomorrow's clash versus Rayo, of course, before I predict the game we're playing against, it's who are we playing against? Who's the person we're going to be facing? The person that we used to play with, who used to play with us, who used to score bangers of goal, who was a World Cup Mysterio, was his absolute outside of the box bangers. Who remembers him? What was his name? James Bond? No, not James Bond. James Rodriguez. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna face off against James Rodriguez. I don't even know how many years it's been, but it's been many years since we have seen him or heard of him. Honestly, I think since he left Real Madrid, maybe a year or 2 later, everyone pretty much forgot, except maybe for here and there when he plays for Colombia. Otherwise, unfortunately he's not as good as he used to be, and he's not that old. I think he's like 32 years old. Maybe I'm wrong, guys, fact check that. So it'll be interesting to see how he does, if he does make the starting lineup against us in his home pitch. Of course, he came back to La Liga not long ago, and now he faces us for the first time, which is going to be a reunion, you could say, with some familiar faces, but not many. Of course, he only played back in the day with Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, Gareth Bale, Marcelo, Ramos, Varane. Modric is still here, but Cruz, Casemiro, so many people. Isco. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if we see imagine James Rodriguez is the reason why if the game ends up us losing. Imagine if he's the reason why. That would be kind of funny but sad. Hopefully not. I I do hope not, that's for sure. But my predicted lineup, ladies and gentlemen, for tomorrow's game is of course Courtois, the absolute shot stopper, sitting in goal, with Fran Garcia on the left back position, since Mendy's still injured, who is apparently going to be hopefully back in January, but of course nothing is too certain at the moment. with Rudiger, who does not seem to be taking a break, playing game after game after game. With Carlo Ancelotti should really push Tchouaméni back up into that midfield position, because honestly, we have Asensio. Tchouaméni prefers to play in the center mid area. So look, I as long as the defense works, I'm happy. And we've seen Tchouaméni, Rudiger, and the whole defense link up quite well, and I'm very happy about it. But also, Asensio is a young lad, 21 years old, regardless of what people are saying about him, because of some stuff outside football, which I don't like to get involved in, depending on the subject, of course. Asensio should be playing, because he and Real Madrid are probably going to start negotiating on a new contract deal with him by summer. So hopefully we'll have him in the team, become more of a first team player, rack up some beautiful clean sheets, get some headers in the goals. Hopefully we'll see what happens with Asensio. With Lucas Vazquez, of course, on his right hand side. Valverde. Jude Bellingham was tired last game against Atalanta, so I'm not too sure if he will be playing, but Jude Bellingham, I think he should be rested. I believe Jude Bellingham should be rested, so which is why I'm going to say Modric. Camavinga might play a little bit, or maybe he will come on at the end of the game, but Ceballos will play Valverde and Modric. So Ceballos, Modric, and Valverde, I believe, will be playing or starting tomorrow. And as for the forwards, of course, we don't have Mbappe, unfortunately, after a very promising game against Atalanta. So hopefully he does not lose that momentum, and hopefully he'll get back to himself. At least keep staying on track. Basically, we just gotta stay optimistic. That's all. And of course, Rodrigo, I don't know why Ancelotti plays Rodrigo in the center. I think he's much better off on the right hand side instead of Diaz, so they should be swapped. But I guess it's a free area for all three players to run in. We saw how Vinicius pulled back the centre backs against Atalanta, made room for Jude Bellingham to run with a long ball to him. Of course, with that prime example of the goal he scored, we could do that again. But again, Atalanta are a more dangerous team. They're known for being very assertive. Rayo, hopefully we'll see what happens with that. Obviously, I mean no disrespect. Any team that's putting in the effort to even be in the first division deserves respect. And that's it, ladies and gents. As for my predicted score for tomorrow, I hope we could get a good number of goals in. Maybe try and get another 3-0. I will predict a 3-0 win for us. Hopefully we could keep a clean sheet, and hopefully we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's the MAHADONIII Talks Football. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment after you have done all of that. I always enjoy talking to you guys. So yeah, make sure to just hit up something in the comments, and I'll be right there with you. Thank you very much. If you'd like to support my channel, you could do so through these parts, or if you would like to follow me on Instagram, you could do it down here in the bottom corner. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. See you next time. Bye bye.